In the little vibrant village of Aruama, where laughter floated like dust in the afternoon sun, there lived a woman named Madam Nkiru, or as children secretly called her, Auntie Finisham. Why? Because Madam Nkiru could finish anything. If you invited her to a naming ceremony, your jollof rice would evaporate. If you gave her a small gift, she wanted the big one. If you sold her tomatoes, she wanted more for less. If you complimented her dress, she wanted you to also admire her shoes, her bag, her wig, and her ancestors. No one could satisfy her, not even herself. Every morning she strutted through the village market, greeting people with a smile wide enough to hide her calculations. "Ah, Mama Ife, you bought fresh fish today? Keep 2 for me, I will pay later." She never paid, yet somehow she always had enough energy to demand more. One hot afternoon, the villagers gathered under the big Udama tree to complain. "Something must be done about this woman," cried Mama Obel, who once cooked a big pot of pepper soup only for Nkiru to drink almost all the broth and pick out the biggest meats. Papa Shagozi raised his hand dramatically. "Last week she came to my farm and said my yams were too fine to be sold. She carried 3 for free." The elders sighed. They didn't want trouble, but trouble was already cooking. The harvest festival was coming, the biggest celebration of the year, and they knew Nkiru would bring her legendary appetite. The day arrived with drums beating like excited hearts. Colorful wrappers danced in the breeze. Palm wine flowed freely. The aroma of roasted goat, hot soup, and pounded yam filled the air. Everyone came prepared. The dancers, the drummers, the children, and of course, Madam Nkiru. She arrived like a queen returning to her palace. Is this all you people cooked?" she asked, eyeing mountains of food with dissatisfaction. The villagers exchanged weary glances. She was already warming up. As soon as the food was served, Nkiru attacked the buffet like a warrior. She piled her plate until the food threatened to jump off. But she wasn't done. She returned for second round, then third, then fourth. People watched in disbelief. At some point she used 2 hands to balance her plate like a small mountain. Children whispered, "Is she eating for herself or for 45 angels?" By evening, the food meant for everyone had drastically reduced because of one person. The elders exchanged angry looks, but before they could react, something unexpected happened. As Nkiru took a final bite of the biggest ram meat, the ground beneath her shook, a strange, rumbling vibration. She froze. The villagers gasped. A sudden whirlwind of dust circled around her. Calabashes rattled. The festival lights flickered, and a deep voice boomed, "Nkiru." People fell to their knees. A giant spirit, glowing like molten bronze, rose from the ground. The spirit of harvest, guardian of the village prosperity. "Your greed," the spirit thundered, "has stolen the joy of many. You take without giving." Before Nkiru could beg, a burst of wind swept her into the air. She screamed as she was pulled into a shimmering bubble. Inside the bubble appeared images of everything she had taken: food, money, favors, kindness, piling up, crushing her. She cried, "I'm sorry. I didn't know it was this bad." The spirit's voice softened. "Greed blinds, but the one who sees their fault has hope for change." The bubble lowered her gently onto the ground. The villagers waited. Nkiru bowed her head, trembling. For the first time in her life, she was quiet. "Forgive me," she whispered. "I never knew how much my actions hurt everyone." Mama Effie stepped forward. "Will you change?" Nkiru nodded. "I will give back starting now," and she did. She helped serve the remaining food. She apologized to every person she had wronged. She even brought out her secret stash of snacks she had hidden in her wrapper and shared them with the children. The spirit faded into the sky, leaving a warm glow. That night, Oruama celebrated not just the harvest, but the rebirth of a woman. From that day on, Nkiru became known as Madam Sharam, the woman who gave generously. Her laughter became brighter, her hands lighter. She found joy in giving, and surprisingly, she became more blessed than ever. Because sometimes when you open your hand to give, you open your life to receive. Subscribe for more stories. Like, share, comment, subscribe. Turn on the so you don't miss the next epic story.